Hello, beautiful people. It's me, Dixie. You might not know who I am yet, but I am a little guy, and I'm here to bring you tons of inspiration if you're looking to start your own small business. I recently moved to New York City, and I've been out exploring, and nothing makes me happier than seeing small business owners thriving out here in these streets. So stick around if you'd like to hype them up with me, and if you're ever in the city, I highly recommend you stop by their shops. Without further ado, number 1. First on the list is a shop in Chinatown called Happy 99, which is owned by 2 artists, one of which being a 3D designer, and the other doing a lot of digital painting, I believe. Together, the 2 of them created their own little universe of characters with a very specific style that they've managed to hone in, a very specific design voice that carries across all of their products. Currently, you can find a lot of shirt designs, streetwear on their website, but they have prototypes of really cool footwear as well that could very easily compete with luxury brands and honestly give them a run for their money. They've showcased these designs by styling and shooting really gorgeous photography that you can find on their Instagram. I cannot wait to see what these 2 do next. It really inspires me to start my own business, keep making things myself in these wild and crazy times. And I really hope they serve as inspiration for you too. It's definitely possible. Whatever you dream, you can do. Let's get campy. But seriously, I hope they do serve as some inspiration for you. Number 2 on the list is a tea shop that I discovered on the coldest day of the year. So I might be biased in thinking that it's the greatest thing ever because it quite literally served as an oasis for me in a horrible winter tundra. I was walking around Lower West Side, the West Village, that's what it's called, and I stumbled upon this beautiful tea shop that has incredible, lovely antique wares for sale. Made my way to the back and ordered myself an entire pot of tea that I could enjoy by myself while scheduling my agenda for the next week. It was the most soothing thing after the worst cold I have felt in years. And I highly recommend it if you are in New York City, freezing your booty off, and need some help. Number 3 on the list, which by the way, I just realized I am not really doing these in order. There's no rhyme or reason to the order I'm saying these in, so pay no mind to the number, is this shop called Neco Zakkaya in the Lower East Side. It is the most beautiful stationery shop that I have ever been to. It is curated to a T, exactly to my taste, as well as the taste of many others. I know this shop is hoppin' all the time. It is extremely small, so I can barely walk around when I'm in there, but it is for a good reason. They have so many beautiful things to admire and just sit in wonder and awe at. Gorgeous artwork that rotates out every once in a while. The owner, I believe, commissions local art studios or pottery studios to create the most lovely little talismans, sculptures, what have you, for you to come purchase, as well as get all of the stickers you may ever need in your life. Collect them, keep them in your pocket. In addition, they have wax seals, which hold a special place in my heart. I love getting letters, and when they're sealed with a little something special, all the better. Number 4 on the list is a shop that I just discovered about a week or 2 ago called Berry Home in Williamsburg. It is owned by a lovely woman who hand makes all of her dried flower arrangements. As soon as you walk into the shop, you're greeted with a zillion gorgeous designs by her, hanging from the ceiling, from the walls, and you can see her quietly putting things together in the corner. Always happy to help if you want a specific arrangement. She does custom designs and is an incredibly kind person. I bought a wreath from her, and She packaged it up so nicely, gave me a perfectly fitting box so I could safely transport it home, and even gave me a hook to hang it on the wall. And it's gorgeous, and every time I look at it, it makes me happy. If you're looking for something to decorate your home with, I would love it if you were to give her your money, because she deserves it. She's so nice. I don't know. I want to be her friend. That being said, I want to be everybody's friend. So if you're out there and you want to be my friend, you be my friend. I'll be your friend. Number 5. Number 5 is the Elizabeth Center Mall in Chinatown as well. In the basement, there's a secret Sanrio store that isn't so much of a secret anymore. A lot of people have been sharing about this, kind of posting on various websites. The Sanrio stores were a huge part of my childhood, as well as I'm sure that's the case for a lot of us. Definitely a trip down memory lane. I want Sanrio stores to stay alive for many generations to come, to inspire all the little kitties and adults like me. Number 6 is an art cafe called Happy Medium. The concept of art cafes is a new one to me. I did not know these existed, but I suppose all varieties of cafes exist. There are cat cafes, so why not art cafes? This one in particular hosts all kinds of classes. I believe collaging, mosaic classes, as well as building things from woodwork, particularly chairs. So not only can you just go casually and maybe meet up for like figure drawing on certain days, but you can also sign up to learn and become a bigger part of your community. It's really nice. It's a great option for those of us who are a little bit isolated from all of the pandemic and all of the remote work and all of the everything, to get out and actually connect with like-minded people. I'm grateful for the option, personally. Number 7 on the list, I have The Back Room, which is a bar. It is actually a speakeasy that is authentic to the 1920s nature of it. They still serve drinks in teacups, just as they did during the Prohibition era. I personally don't drink very much. I don't really go out to bars very often, but if I were to go out, this would be the one I would go to. They host all sorts of different events, lots of live music. I've seen them advertising jazz performances on weekends. Lots of people like to host their holiday parties here. It's very beautiful just to sit and look at. I am tempted to go and just soak in the atmosphere. It's something that I'd recommend you check out if you're looking for kind of a very unique experience visiting New York City. Number 8 is a bit of a cop-out. But this goes out to everybody who's interested in vintage clothing, collecting it. There is a resource online that you can check out called the Manhattan Vintage Map, I believe. If not, I will just link it on screen and put it in the description. You can find vintage shops all over the city and in Brooklyn just by checking that link out. That is how I found my favorite shop so far, which would be 9th Street Vintage. They have an incredible collection. Lots of things that are rarer from the 30s. It's kind of a niche thing to be into, but I mean, so is everything in this video. So I thought I might as well include it. There's also the Manhattan Vintage Show that takes place, I believe, a few times a year. I got to check it out in January, which happened to be the same day I went to the tea shop and was frozen solid. So lots of gems there. People travel from all over this country just to showcase their vintage, which can be very few and far between these days as things become more and more rare. It's definitely a sight to see. So all of those things I will link in case you want to check it out and potentially plan a visit in the future. Number 9 would be my favorite used bookstore in the Lower East Side called Sweet Pickle Books. They're known for their policy allowing people to trade in their books for a jar of pickles. I believe it's one bag of books equals one jar of pickles or something like that, but either way, you win. And I found some really great books there. I'm currently reading a book called The Grifters I picked up, just looking for something to page through while I'm taking the subway here and there, and it has been very good. I think a lot of people interested in pickles must have really good taste because 10 out of 10. Excellent. Okay, so I want to preface number 10 by letting you all know that I come from a very rural part of Pennsylvania that doesn't have a lot of cultural options as far as restaurants are concerned. So this may be a drop in the bucket to some, but not to me. I discovered this restaurant when I first moved here. I live in Brooklyn, not in Bushwick, but that's, I believe, where this restaurant is located, and had takeout from here, and it was incredible. The restaurant is called Wall in Kathmandu. I got the veggie momos. I would recommend anybody who's able to give it a try, definitely do. It has inspired me to just try as much food here as I possibly can because it is life-changing. I am so happy. And you would be too. I hope you get the chance to check it out because excellent, very tasty. And this just about concludes my list. I know it's a little bit tailored to a very particular kind of person, which is me, this stationery loving, Momo enjoying person. If you want to keep an open mind and check these places out, I don't think you'd be disappointed. These speak to my heart and to many others who have recommended them to me. So enjoy as you go out and adventure on your own. And I hope to see you again sometime. Bye-bye.